Welcome back, Powerful Mind. How you guys doing today? We are back and we are better than ever, baby. I've missed you so much since last time. Listen, we have a first here on Powerful Mind, and this is really exciting, really interesting, actually. So we're here with the one and only.
My name is Mia. I'm a mom influencer of Journey, and you can find us at Journey_Renee_ on Instagram.
Let's get it. Roll the intro now. Okay, so with your daughter, because you run her account, and that's kind of like, you know, first of all, how did that start?
So I actually had her during COVID. So I had first made her page, but I made it like private. Right. And so I had mainly made it with the intentions of like my family and close friends seeing it, because obviously nobody was traveling. I wasn't letting anyone come over. Yeah. And so one day, I don't know, I just decided to take it off of private, and she literally just had one random picture go viral, and it literally just started from there. On Instagram? Yes. Just randomly? Yes. And then it just continued, because I was looking at your numbers too, like going through your account on not only Instagram but also TikTok. I'm like, dang! Yeah. I'm like, dang, this little girl sells. This is crazy. I peeped on TikTok, like, you have one that has 10 million views. Yeah. That's insane. I was like, wow. And it's literally just all content of your daughter, like just her doing hair, whether you're traveling, doing outfits and partnerships. So that's definitely like one of the first things I definitely want to get into is your partnerships, which I think are super dope. So tell the people who you're partnered with. So we have partnered with Fashion Nova in the past. We work with a company called Rockstar Originals. We also partner with SHEIN, and recently we started partnering with like travel places. So we did Legoland. We actually work with Sugar Factory on a consistent basis. We work with Great Wolf Lodge out of Georgia, and we're just continuing to try and branch out and do other things as well. It's just so crazy how casually you say that. No big deal, just all the biggest brands you know, yeah, we work with them. That's just insane. So it's just like, what was the first partnership? And also really quick, before we even get into that, is there a difference between partnerships and sponsorships and collaborations? So yes, there's some brands and they have partnerships, and that'll be like, it's more like on a consistent basis. Some of them are just a collaboration, but I feel like when they say collaboration, that's a short-term thing. So it's like I need you to promote this, and it's like a 1 video, 2 videos, but it's short-term. Whereas a partnership is something that's ongoing, more long-term. So that would be for me what the difference is with them. And who do you have partnerships with? So we just stopped our partnership with Fashion Nova, but that was ongoing, and it was a couple years long. Wow. Rockstar we're still partnered with, and then Sugar Factory is another one that's partnered with. We'll go like once every 6 months. So. Okay, got you. And then so when you say partnership, like what are you doing exactly as a partnership? So like obviously Sugar Factory is going to be different than, you know, Fashion Nova and SHEIN, but so what does that partnership look like when you are partnered with like a clothing brand? So with a clothing brand, of course, it's our job to like promote their stuff in the best light. So for me, I usually get the stuff to piece together with it, but you want to make sure that the outfits look as appealing as possible, because the whole point is for them to get more sales. So, you know, I'll put it on with her, but I'll have to get certain shoes to go with it, you know, different things like that. But every brand is different. Some want videos, some just want pictures, but of course, the best way to do it is to try and make the outfit piece together so that they get the sales that they want. Right, so. And so do they post the pictures of her on their page? Some of them post them on the page, and some of them even put them on the website as well. Oh, so, okay. And then so when you do that, are you taking the pictures yourself, or are you actually going to a studio to do that, or? I actually do everything myself. Yeah, the editing, the pictures, everything, Yeah. And so what settings are you using when you do those partnership photos? So typically I usually take her pictures with my phone. Actually, I just use the iPhone camera, but I don't change the settings at all. I usually just get like an editing app, and I try to, whether it's brighten the background and then just blur out the background, just whatever it is to focus more on the product that I'm advertising. So what backgrounds do you typically use? Do you just do it like around the house, or? Most of the time we do it outdoors, just because the lighting is better. And, sometimes I do it indoors when it's like, I guess the best way I could describe it, if it's more of like a sporty outfit or streetwear outfit, we usually go for an outdoor setting. Okay. But if it's something more feminine and girly, we usually do it inside, especially when it's cold. That makes sense. I'll just put a rug underneath her and then take it right by the couch. But usually we
primarily do outside.
And then so being a partner with somebody, what is the benefits that you receive from it?
So for me, obviously as a young mom, a lot of times I feel like the benefit for me is like I would be going out and buying her clothes anyway, but of course they're sending it to her. So it's like, okay, I'm not having to buy her as many clothes or whatever. You know, if we take her on outings, it's like, you know, like, okay, I would have gone out and bought something, but I'll just use, you know, like my partnership outfits or whatever. So I guess that would probably be my main thing from it.
Yeah. How often they send you clothes?
Every brand is different. So like with Rockstar, it's once a month. Everyone is different.
Like a little like package, like a PR package
Yeah,
almost?
so most of the time they tell you just go online and whatever it is that you want, you pick the outfits. They give you like a minimum or a maximum, you know, however much you can, whatever it can total up to as far as the cost or how many sets or outfits you can order.
Okay.
But like I said, every company is different. Some of them will want you to order more often, less. It just also depends on how many posts they're looking for.
Okay. Okay, that makes sense. And then so what determines like when a partnership ends?
So a lot of times they kind of specify that up front, like how long they're looking for. Sometimes it could also just be me as her mom / manager, like, okay, this is no longer benefiting us or it's not in her best interest. So I can, you know, explain that to the company that we're deciding to move along or, you know, whatever the case may be.
And then, like, who are you talking to? Like, when you get all these, like, things, like, for example, if you're talking to somebody from SHEIN or yeah, like, are you just talking to, like, representatives for the company or the actual, like, page for the company DMs you?
So sometimes they'll DM you or they'll DM you and they'll ask, can we have your contact information? So, you know, I have an email that I use for typically all her partnerships. And they'll have somebody, like most big brands have someone that manages their content creators or their social platforms, and so they will email you, and then, you know, that's kind of how you go back and forth and communicate as far as what they're looking for.
Okay, so it's like the actual official, like, for example, like Fashion Nova Instagram that reaches out and then goes from there. That's super sick. And then so who was the first people to reach out to you to be like, hey, I want to do this with you and collaborate with you?
So we actually started working with a lot of smaller brands because I'm sure, you know, like a lot of people know, when COVID happened also, that's when a lot of people were doing their businesses from home. So a lot of people started like their own online companies, and so I would say some smaller shops, but the first big brand that we worked with would be Fashion Nova,
Yeah. And then so from there, from your first like person reaching out, how did the rest kind of come along? Like, what did that roadmap look like for you? Did it take long in between, or was it like a snowball effect and it just happened? Or
yeah, so, you know, with social media, obviously, it's super unpredictable. So it's like some days you have days where it's like things are really high, and then sometimes you have things that are really low. But of course, the most important thing is to be consistent. Like, that's the only way you're going to see any kind of growth or whatever the case may be, right? So sometimes, you know, I go through phases where it's like, I'd take a step back because, you know, I have stuff going on, and to balance it can be hard. But when you start being consistent, a lot of times, and, you know, posts are going viral, of course, the different companies are seeing it, and it's like, who's this? And then they'll start looking at your stuff, and it's like, okay, we could benefit from using that person, or, you know, stuff like that. So.
Right. And I'm actually glad that you said the smaller companies, because I also noticed that as well. And I thought that was really cool that not only are you partnering with the major ones, but you're also putting and shining some light on those smaller local companies. I had written one down because I thought it was super cool. It was the Just Lazy Creations. I think that's super cool, like all their clothes and everything. So when it comes to the smaller companies, how does that work? Do they only give you like a discount, or do they still provide things? Obviously, it's different per, you know.
Yeah, so everyone is different. That's what I can say, really, is some of them will send you stuff, but there's some of them that, whether they send us stuff or not, if I know I have something coming up, like it's her birthday or an event, like even if they're not giving it to me for free, I know that their stuff has always done well for me, or I like it, their customer service, so I have no problem pouring back into that business and actually spending, you know, the money. But everyone is different. Some of them will give you a discount, some will be for free, and they'll be like, you know, as long as you tag my business, or you know, whatever the case may be. But everyone, like I said, is different, so I get a little bit of both, really.
That's super sick. I love that. And then so when it comes to actually traveling, and like you said, like you did Legoland and whatnot, how does that work? Like, how does that happen?
Really, honestly, sometimes also a lot of people don't realize that you personally can actually reach out to the companies, so you can see certain things and they might not reach out to you first, but you can see, and then, you know, a lot of times what I look for is I look for their following. So if I see like it's a big company, but their social media presence is not what you think it should be, right? But then you know you have a presence. You could take advantage of that and reach out to them like, hi, you know, like I have a presence on here, and I feel like this is what we could bring to the table, right? And go forth that way. Some of them will, you know, will offer you a discounted stay, or some of them will just be like, you know, we're just going to give you tickets and, you know, come. Some of them have a, you know, they'll give you the minimum or maximum how many people you can bring.
Got you.
So,
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have any like crazy stories or like interesting stories from just doing all these partnerships and trips and whatnot, or anything that's interesting that you feel like, because these, I don't know if you understand this or not, these are not experiences a lot of people get to have, you know, is those, especially partnered brand trips. I think that's super dope. Do you have any like cool stories or anything interesting from those? Do you get like guided around? Like what does that actually look like?
Okay, so a lot of times, I think just like how they have the emails and stuff that you can contact them, they will have someone there that's kind of like designated to you. Or like when we go to Sugar Factory, you go and they make a reservation for you. So when you come, they kind of set you up at one of the nicer booths, and they'll be like, you know, this is our influencer here for today. So it's nice, you know.
Wow, you get the influencer title?
But like when we went to somewhere like Legoland, you know, it's a big theme park. So, you know, they give you your tickets, but it's just like anyone else, really. You're walking around the park, you know, you do your own thing, but it really just depends on how big or small, I guess, you know, the company is, so.
That makes sense. That makes sense. And then so you had mentioned that you had your baby during COVID. Being a young mom, how has that changed your life?
It's definitely been a huge change because, I mean, when I graduated from high school, I would have never, you know, imagined that my life would be what it is now. But of course, you know, like I had plans. I was heavy into sports, so I knew that when I graduated, I wanted to go to school for sports medicine and physical therapy. So, of course, when I had my daughter, I'm like, okay, I'm no longer doing sports, so I kind of have to find, you know, whatever my passion is. So it definitely taught me to, you know, plans change, but, you know, you still have to find something that you're interested in, really, and just trying to balance everything between making sure that I still have time for myself, you know, as a young adult, but working, and then school, but also making sure that I give her the time and attention that, you know, she needs. So.
Definitely. And so when it comes to that, because obviously, like you said, changes your life, changes everything. How has, like you said, you have to find what you like and you know, your passion, something for you. How has social media come into play with that when it comes to you and your daughter?
So for me, I feel like it's come into play in a really positive way. Of course, just like anything else, there's a lot of, you know, negatives. Everything is not always positive, but for me, a good positive is the opportunities and the things that I can give her that maybe I didn't think necessarily I would be able to do on my own with her. So that's nice. You know, I can still make sure she's enjoying her childhood and, you know, doing fun things and making the memories, because for me, that's really what it's about. Some people will look at it like, okay, like, why are you doing this and everything? But for her, she's not paying attention to a camera. You know, she's just looking at what we're doing, and she's having a fun. And so for me, when I see that, that's what's most important to me. So
so she enjoys it. She likes it.
Yeah.
She seems like she likes it. She walked in here stunting. I was like, she does better than me.
Some days she's not really too fond of the camera. So, and that's what I'll say for me personally. I don't ever force her. Like if she goes like a week or 2 weeks, or, you know, I'm like, okay, do you want to take pictures? And she says no. I respect that, obviously, because she just turned 4, so you know, boundaries and stuff like that. You know, I'm like, okay, I wouldn't want a camera in my face 24/7. So some days that's another thing that with, you know, trying to be consistent with that, obviously, but sometimes and then also some companies, they do lack that understanding that she's a toddler. You know, she's not like one of us where, you know, oh, I'm tired today, but I'm gonna still do what I have to do. Like. We all know you can't force kids to do certain things, right? So for me, you know, I just also have to explain that to them, like, you know, I know there's a deadline and we want to be as professional as possible, but also her well-being comes first. So if she's not into it today, we're not going to do that, you know? So.
Have you experienced, I know you kind of said it, but experienced brands like giving you a hard time about it?
Yeah, definitely. And of course, you know, there's like a community of people that, you know, you build certain friends there. We've also had friends that we actually met in person, you know, and so they, you know, we've worked for the same brands, but there are some people like, okay, when do you plan on doing this? And it's like, you know, she's sick right now, so that's not the priority. Okay, well, I needed this done by this time. And so I just have to explain to them, like, you know, we're going to do it as fast as possible.
Yeah.
You know, get as good of content that you need, but also she comes first. And then also when I have those experiences, it lets you know the kind of brands and businesses they are. And it's like, okay, you know, if those are what your priorities are, you know, that doesn't align with mine, you know? So then I know moving forward not to work with them again if they reach out to us. Because there are some people that will reach out and you can't say yes to everything. You know?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, that's super interesting. Do you enjoy it?
Yeah, sometimes it can be stressful because it's a lot to manage, you know? But overall, when I look at the memories, like I said, that I create with her and the experiences I have, you know, and it also stretches me to do certain things. Like, I didn't think I'd be able to do this kind of stuff, you know? So it's like, you find new talents that you have. So I am grateful for the process and the experience,
Yeah. So do you have, like, a process of how you go about everything? Like, do you schedule content? Do you, you know, like, where do you get your ideas from? All of that. Do you have struggles with that as well?
Sometimes I do, but of course we're fortunate to where, you know, there's constant trends on social media. So a lot of times you have to look at that stuff too, what's in and what's not. But it's like I said, social media is hard. It's unpredictable. So yesterday something could have been in and today it's not. And you didn't post that yesterday, so now it's like you got to find something else. So that could be the hard part about it. But yeah, I don't really necessarily have exactly a process. I try to brainstorm ideas from when a brand reaches out to me. I don't just say yes right away. I try to think like, can I actually advertise this the right way? You know, but also make sure that it aligns with her page and the stuff that I'm doing for her. And so then after that, then, you know, I go forward with it. But of course, you know, I work and I'm in school, so I also try to balance it between days that I know I'm off and, you know, things that when I have the time. So, yeah.
What are you in school for?
Nursing.
Nursing? Oh my gosh. That, I give you props. Anybody who does anything in the medical field, I give you props. I try to do that, or that was the first original thing I tried to do, and I was like, immediate no. It was an immediate no.
Yeah, I've changed my major a couple times, but I think, you know, that's definitely like, you know, my passion is helping people, and I'm like, if I keep coming back to the same thing, I'm going to stick with it. But it can be hard to balance that between, of course, working as well and this in itself, because this is like another full-time job, really. So,
I was going to ask you that. So what does balance look like for you? A, scheduling-wise, and also B, when have you felt like my balance is off because of X, Y, Z? Or, okay, now I feel like I'm kind of, you know, handling everything well. I think that's a good point to pause.
Oh, I love you too.
Can I do this one? You want to say hi? To the, nope, okay, that's fine.
You can say hi right there, look, at the camera.
The camera,
right
the camera.
Say hi. Okay, go plug this in.
No.
Oh, okay. All right, just go sit down.
It's not died yet, Mom.
I know, but you don't want it to die, so go plug it in. Okay, just go sit down. I forgot what you asked.
She's so cute. Balance.
Balance. Yeah. So of course, some days are better than others. Some weeks are better than others. I would say the hardest time to balance it is when, like, a holiday or something is coming up, because just like, you know, big stores like Target and stuff, they're trying to promote their Black Friday sales or this and that. The small companies do the same thing. So depending on how many brands I'm working with at the time, it can be hard. And sometimes I have the habit of taking on more than I can do. So really
do we all. It's so crazy.
So, oh my gosh. Didn't I tell you? You scared me so bad.
Yeah. Children are crazy. Do you ever, like, are you ever in disbelief that you have a child?
Every day. Every day. I'm not joking. Every day. Like, it's like, okay, now I'm been doing this for 4 years, but it's like, some days I'm like, I can't believe I'm raising someone. I just can't believe it, but, you know.
Yeah. You're like, who let me do this? It's so crazy. That's insane. What does your actual schedule look like though? Because between school and work, A, that's already a lot, and then B, being a mom on top of that, and also doing all her social media stuff. What is your actual schedule like on a normal week kind of look like, roughly?
So right now my schedule is actually about to change. So I'll be working from 9:30 to 6 Monday through Friday. I always make sure that no matter what work I'm doing, that I have my weekends off because you know, that way I can maximize the most time that I could spend with Journey. You know, because she's in school Monday through Friday. So 9:30 to 6. Of course, when I get home, a lot of times even from work, I get home, it's like dinner, bath, bed, really.
Yeah.
Try to play a little bit, and then so like as far as content now, I try to get most of that on the weekends. Of course, schoolwork, I do it every day, even after work, before work, on break. You know, you just have to make sure like I'm getting the studying done so I can actually be passing that stuff that I need to pass. So for school, that's like any time that I really can set aside to do that. As far as content, I try to get most of that stuff done on the weekends, like when we go away places too. Saturdays and Sundays really is the best time to do it.
That makes sense. That makes sense. And then, so what have been some hardships that you've seen and faced while doing the process of all of this?
Hardships for me, I guess my main thing would be being a single parent, because obviously you're doing the job of two as it is, really. And then to balance that with working, school, and then now this, that would just be like my main one. And then also sometimes, you know, questioning yourself sometimes, am I doing the right thing? You know, I feel like I am, but it's obviously, you know, it can be challenging for sure.
Right,
so.
Doubting yourself. So what do you do to take care of yourself?
I don't have much free time really, but just try to, you know, schedule some self-care stuff here and there, you know, try to go out by myself, or whether I just go out with my siblings, you know, just get some time to where I feel like I'm enjoying myself, but also taking time away from just being a mom and doing stuff like that.
Yeah, that's exciting. What are some goals and what is the future for Journey and the page? What is that looking like to you in your head?
So for me, my goal is to ultimately change it from just being like a fashion and travel to more of a like family and lifestyle based content, you know, like I don't want it to just be like, oh, it's just focused on her, but like, you know, the balance of, you know, because there's some people that do the same thing that I do, but they feel like they can't do it. So being able to show that, like, okay, we're really just normal people, really, like a regular schedule. I work, I go to school, so ultimately I want to be able to change it to do, you know, that.
Yeah, so. I agree.
Mom, I found you.
What are some...
Mommy, you're so silly.
Thank you.
I hope these pick her up, because it's hilarious. When it comes to lifestyle content, what do you have in mind? Like more like vlogs and stuff of that nature, showing your day-to-day?
Yeah, I think so. More like that, or just like some stuff incorporating her, or maybe even just like a nighttime routine, like different things like that, morning routine. That stuff is kind of hard because a lot of times we're running on like... We really had to be at the door 5 minutes ago. Really. So it's
exactly.
Like, but like an evening routine or just like a fun weekend, like taking her out or, you know, stuff like that.
Yeah, doing like those lifestyle contents and everything, it's like literally people don't realize how much time that takes. I've only done like a handful of them, and it's like you have to set up the tripod, make sure it's the right angle, and then I'd be watching it back and I'm like, wow, I hated all of it. I'm gonna do it again.
For me, even...
Look what you did.
What did I do? I'm so sorry. Ask Joshua. He can fix it for you. I look at what you did.
I didn't do anything.
Uncle Joshua's loving it right now.
For me, I feel like actually even the tripod stuff and like recording is not as hard as the editing. That takes forever. Wow. So like I feel like out of all the content that I do, what takes the most editing is her hair content, because it could literally be like a simplest thing.
And it does take a long time. Do you want to show them your hair? Do you show how pretty your hair is? The camera? Come here.
Come on.
Come.
Okay, then go sit down if you're scared.
You don't have to be scared. It's okay.
You could just put it in your backpack. Oh.
I'll take it. Sure, no problem.
Say thank you.
Thank you.
You have another one for me? You have another one?
No, I have another one for you.
All right, no. I didn't know she had another one.
Yeah,
I'll take it.
said, I'll take it. Drake. He really.
She's gonna say it was hot because it was in the car.
Oh, it's hot. It's hot. So, so, is it Josh?
Wait.
Tell Uncle Josh to put it in the fridge. The fridge is back there. Tell Uncle Josh to put it in the fridge. It's hot.
Don't rip it off.
You want it to be cold?
Yeah, so ask.
Cold, okay.
Yeah.
Uncle Josh was gonna be like, where the hell is the fridge?
Joshua, the fridge is in the back.
She's trying to kill me.
Listen, she doesn't care.
Hot Capri Sun, gotta love it.
Josh came on business. I seen him too. He was like, yo, I'm here for. I'm being on my game.
That's so funny. That's so funny. Does your family help you a lot?
Yes and no, because I'm really the only person in the family to do stuff like this. So for them, it's like,
Right.
they're experiencing it with me. So like right now, I'm with my mom. So like she'll help me a lot of times, especially when we do the outings. It's good for her to be there because I can get the balance between someone helping with Journey, but actually making sure I get the content that's needed. Like you have to record the different things around you.
Right.
Uncle Josh won't win, and I know I want to win.
It's okay. You can't always win. Next time.
Uncle Josh, I lose.
Okay. Next time. Can you go sit down?
Very simple.
No, he said very soon, not simple. Yeah, but they, they help me as best as they can, of course, as it pertains to the social media, of course, they don't really, I still feel like I'm learning certain things, so, yeah.
So, you want lifestyle stuff in the future. When do you think you're going to try to transition into that switch? And then also how? Because that's also a hard thing to do is transition content. Yeah. But also I feel like it could be kind of easy because you do hair, just your content now to that.
I'm scared too of you.
You did.
Tag.
She's supposed to say you're it.
He said.
Sorry. That's me. I do the same thing, so sorry. Yeah.
You do lifestyle content.
Lifestyle, just like that though. That's what I'm saying. Like that stuff is super funny and relatable. Like I'm not cutting all of it out at all. Instead, some of that is definitely staying in there because it's just real.
I think the best way I can transition it is because some of the content is already kind of lifestyle based. So instead of me doing like, oh, I'm doing a hair tutorial, I'll just be like, we're getting ready for the day and I'm doing her hair. Right. I already do content that has to do with her hair, so it's just or when we work with brands where we go places, instead of making it like it's a complete edited video, this is where we're going.
Mom, look.
Okay, yeah.
Did you like this one?
It's so nice. You have to bring it back there.
It's no kangaroo, no jumping on the bed.
Okay.
Nice. That's my jam. No more monkeys jumping on the bed. Anyways, sorry. No, not monkeys.
Hey, can you wait? Okay, don't run back over here so we can finish. I know you want to leave.
Why?
Do you want to say bye? Do you want to say bye so you can leave?
No. I'm not leaving yet.
Okay, come say bye to the camera.
Come say bye. You gotta sit on mommy's lap.
Right here.
Sit over there. Really quick, really quick.
You don't want me to hold you?
No, I want to say, I just want to take a picture by myself.
Oh, so you want to sit in my chair? Do you want to sit here?
Yes.
I just
want to sit right
Okay, all right.
That's good. Say hi. Just wave. Go hi.
Right there. Just wave and sit.
Okay. Go ahead and tell the camera where to find you.
So for Instagram, you can find us at Journey, just spelled like the word Journey, _ Renee, RENEE _. And on TikTok, you can find us at FroBabyJ.
Yeah. Thank you so much for coming on. You want to say bye? Say bye.
Say bye.
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 It's right there. Look.
Say bye.
Bye.
Right there.
Bye.
Yay, that's a wrap.